Resting at the bottom of the world's oceans lies a $300 billion bank vault that no bank can ever touch. Nautical historians estimate there are over 3 million shipwrecks scattered across the global ocean floor. Together, these lost vessels hold an estimated $60 billion to over $100 billion in gold bullion, silver coins, and historic artifacts. Yet, turning underwater treasure into liquid cash requires one of the most high-risk capital deployment strategies on Earth. Building a deep-sea exploration and recovery fleet requires an upfront capital expenditure ranging between $30 million and $60 million. A massive portion of this capex goes into acquiring specialized research vessels equipped with dynamic positioning thrusters. Salvage operators must outfit these ships with multi-beam sights and sonars and autonomous underwater vehicles capable of mapping the seabed at depths exceeding 4,000 meters. To physically retrieve treasure from extreme depths, operators rely on massive remotely operated vehicles, or ROVs. A single heavy-duty hydraulic ROV equipped with robotic manipulator arms and ultra-high-definition cameras costs upwards of $5 million. Because searching open ocean waters burns thousands of gallons of diesel fuel daily, operating costs for a search vessel easily top $50,000 per day. In the salvage business, finding a billion-dollar shipwreck is only 10% of the battle. The remaining 90% of the battle is fought inside international maritime courts under centuries-old Admiralty Law. When a salvage company recovers gold from an ancient wreck, they do not automatically own the treasure. Under the law of fines and the law of salvage, original flag states frequently file legal claims to seize the entire payload. Governments argue that military warships or sovereign vessels remain the permanent property of a nation-state, regardless of how many centuries they rest underwater. A famous example occurred when a private salvage firm recovered 17 tons of silver coins worth $500 million from a 19th century wreck. After years of brutal legal warfare, the U.S. federal court ruled that the entire haul belonged to the Spanish government, forcing the salvage company to hand over the treasure while absorbing millions in uncompensated search costs. To hedge against total legal forfeiture, modern salvage firms structure complex pre-search agreements with sovereign nations, locking in guarantee percentage splits before a single robot touches the seafloor. Because search expeditions can run for years without finding a single coin, funding salvage operations using traditional bank loans is virtually impossible. Instead, salvage companies rely on high-risk private equity syndicates and venture capital funds willing to lose their entire principal for a shot at a 10x return. Investors pool funds into offshore special-purpose vehicles created specifically for a single geographic search grid. If the survey turns up empty, the SPV defaults and liquidates its equipment to pay off senior creditors. However, if a high-value target like the legendary San Jose galleon, estimated to hold up to $17 billion in gold and emeralds, is verified, the financial waterfall is massive. In addition to physical gold sales, salvage companies monetize findings by licensing documentary film rights, selling museum exhibit access, and auctioning non-historic silver bars. To smooth out volatile cash flows, top salvage firms hedge their operations by taking on commercial deep-sea salvage contracts, recovering lost cargo containers, commercial aircraft black boxes, and severed subsea infrastructure for insurance underwriters. Once gold, silver, or historic artifacts are brought to the surface, the operational expenses shift immediately to chemical preservation. Artifacts that have rested in salt water under extreme pressure for centuries rapidly disintegrate when exposed to oxygen on dry land. Silver coins fuse together into solid iron-hard masses called hull concretions, requiring months of delicate chemical baths to separate. Salvage firms must construct specialized, climate-controlled conservation laboratories staffed by marine archaeologists and chemical engineers. Electrolysis tanks run continuously for up to 2 years to gently leach sodium ions out of recovered metals and prevent structural crumbling. Operating these specialized conservation facilities represents a massive ongoing OpEx, accounting for up to 15% of a project's total budget. Failing to meet strict international archaeological conservation standards can result in immediate revocation of salvage permits by coastal governments. Beyond colonial gold shipwrecks, the economic frontier of deep-sea salvage is shifting toward industrial ocean mining. The abyssal plains of the Pacific Ocean are covered in millions of square kilometers of polymetallic nodules. These ocean floor rocks contain massive concentrations of nickel, cobalt, copper, and manganese, the exact critical minerals required to power global electric vehicle battery supply chains. A single deep-sea nodule harvesting license area can hold more cobalt, and nickel than all terrestrial land reserves combined. However, navigating the International Seabed Authority's regulatory web has sparked intense geopolitical disputes between major industrial powers. Environmental concerns over deep-sea ecosystem destruction have created high barriers to entry, insulating early license holders behind huge competitive moats. Whether harvesting sunken Spanish gold or vacuuming battery metals off the ocean floor, whoever controls deep-sea robotics holds the keys to the world's most lucrative unclaimed wealth.